The next concept we're going to discuss here is increments. And when we talk about increments, this is exactly the same what we basically understand by increments, as per the English language. So it is exactly the same as we understand it in literal English, right? So let's take two observations. One at time t, another one at time plus t plus u, t plus u, and the difference between them is u, the time difference, and let's say increment between them is, let's say this is 4, this is 2, increment is 2, right? So this is the situation. Now the increment would be xt plus u minus xt, right? This will be the increment, right? Let's take the log of this, and if we take the log of this, it will become log xt plus u, log xt because of the basic log formula. Basically, when we take the log of both these xt plus 2 and xt, when we take the log of this, it will become, basically it will take this form of division, right? So this is basically the increment when we take the log of it, right? And interestingly, when we take the distribution of this, what we find is the distribution of this is stationary. So this is stationary, this distribution stationary, and if you can refer to my previous videos for the concept of stationarity. And this is not a stationary, right? Not stationary, right? So when we take the log of this increment, the distribution of this log becomes stationary, and it becomes a stationary increment here, as when we take the log in its log form, it becomes stationary. And when we take the distribution of this, it is basically difference of this. This is the difference of this. So we take the distribution of this difference, basically, which is increment again. It won't be stationary in this form. It would be stationary in its log form. The increment would be stationary in its log form, but not in this form. So this is the concept you can just keep in your mind. Might be useful, further when we do the questions, or when we talk about other concepts. It might be useful.